You gotta be ashamed of yourself. She gotta be ashamed of herself saying this shit.
How can a man walk away from a child that he has been raising for 3, 5, 10, 15 years simply because the DNA test shows that he's not the biological father?
Easy as fuck, my nigga. Like easy as fuck. We're not doing this. No, we're not. I've heard this conversation for at least 2 years now. And I've noticed when you don't start putting shit in the mud, ash it out, don't let it flame, throw water on it, extinguish that shit early, it gets bigger and bigger and the flame gets higher. You got this, can't be. She just trolling.
Hear me out here.
Oh,
I'm not being insensitive.
Yes, you are.
I know that his world has just been turned upside down. I know he feels betrayed. He's devastated.
Second off, she's a witch. Okay, she's a fucking witch. All right, you got like that's not even your face. It's not even your fucking face. All right, to make your lashes, that's not your fucking face. Like you take all that. Look, the skin, your face don't match the rest of your skin complexion. Get the fuck out of here, man.
I empathize.
No,
I sympathize with his predicament. However, how is one able to walk away from a child that one has bonded with, loved, nurtured, poured blood?
Nurtured, blood, sweat. Why are you trying to make this shit seem like it's supposed to be okay? You cannot validate your point. That's like a man working at a job for 20 years. And he put his sweat, blood, tears into it. Made projects that never would have been available without him. But a new job said, hey, we going to pay you $100K more a year. Nigga, what?
And sweat into. Simply because the DNA test shows that you're not the biological father.
That's ridiculous.
I understand getting rid of the wife or the girlfriend. The word I actually want to use starts with a W and rhymes with sure. Get rid of the W. But the children or the child, the innocent child.
That ain't my dad, man. Fuck them kids. It's just not my son. That's not my daughter. Now, if it's one thing if you already knew the child was not yours and you was in the child's life. You had the chance to make an exception. You had a chance to accept that. You had a chance to wrap your mind around, one day there's a possibility that everything I do for this child, one day they may end up telling me, you ain't my daddy. And once you make that decision, cool. And then you kind of leave out of nowhere, I can kind of feel that. But this shit right here, pretending that that's my son or daughter for 10, 15 years, you might want to go find your daddy, because this is why we was never clicking, all right? This is why you was looking at me with contempt, all right? This is why, like, every other time I try to chastise you, give you some type of learning, try to figure out, hey, why is it my DNA not registering with your brain cells? Now we know why. Both of them, me and the child, should be happy. All right, I ain't your daddy. You ain't my son or daughter. Look, cool, great. Fuck out of here. We good. Both of us will be happy at the end of the day.
It is flummoxing to me.
The fuck does that mean?
Now, I'm not a man, and I do not know how this impacts men. I also know that there's deep shame.
So if you don't know anything, why the fuck are you talking about it? See, man, this is that TikTok shit. But then again, I need for y'all to keep making these dumbass videos, cause I don't be talking about shit, and it makes my job even easier. Cause I was debating about, am I going to do a video today? Might as well. It's not that hard. Cause the dumb monks like this come on here saying the most stupidest shit.
But were I in that predicament, of course I would be devastated. I'd be hurt and betrayed. But then I'd let the children know, or the child know. You may not be my biological child, but you're still my child. I love you. You're my child in my heart. I've bonded with you. I've raised you. So nothing changes. Now, I know a lot of men worry about, then I have to continue paying I have to pay child support now that we're not together. So what? I'd pay the child support. Because
Oh, okay. You know what? I don't know if I can even finish this shit, bro. Nah, I've heard this. No, she can't be serious. She cannot. Nah, bro. She gotta be. This has to be for clicks and views. There's no way she's this fucking stupid. You are a fucking moron. Insensitive. A misandrous at best. Gotta be. Fucking gotta be. That's why I don't trust women with all like makeup is cool, but when you OD on it, like, nah. It's bad enough your hair ain't even yours. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? Even though everything has changed, nothing should have changed because it's still the child that I raised, bonded with, and loved. And in an attempt not to pay child support, one ends up cutting off one's nose to spite one's face. Because you got to look at the big picture,
What's the big
the
picture?
relationship with that child, the continued relationship, and the ability to go ahead and raise and nurture that child because you already have that bonded relationship. But once again, because I'm not a man, I do not understand how anybody can walk away from a child. Story time. My husband had a boss about 20 years ago. This gentleman's son had some medical issues. And to make a long story short, he found out that his 19-year-old son was not his biological child. Needless to say, he was devastated. But you know what? He had raised this child for 19 years, was paying for college. This was his son, and he was not going to let him go. And my heart broke for him, but I was so proud of this man because he did not walk away from his child. And I think at times some men might think walking away from the child is a way to punish the woman for her betrayal. But at the end of the day, the person you're hurting is the child. And I can't help but wonder, won't you be traumatized as a person walking away from someone that you've bonded with, that you've loved? For the man, isn't that traumatic? I mean, I really do not understand. I just cannot relate. And once again, I'm not a man. I'm sensitive to the hurt, to the pain, to the betrayal. But is it right to walk away from a child you've bonded with?
All right. First of all, this is a horrible person. She is a horrible individual. This is what I would call a narcissist. Right here. Right. This one. This is a bad person. She is wicked. She's evil. This is an evil. Look at her. Look at them eyes. Evil. For her to try to come up with some type of, even if she is trolling, this is the worst. This is the worst. Why would you try to make this a regular thing? Why? What does this do for anybody? How does this help society? She's horrible. I can't stand this motherfucker. Like, I can't. And I don't even hate people, but you motherfucker,